I'm going to do another video for you guys. These videos seem to work out real good for everybody. So this one we're going to do for how to diagnose your system if you're having troubles with either the actuator or the switch, and how to tell which one is which. So hopefully this is helpful. We have Mike step in here and he can zoom right in on the parts. So basically what I've done here is I've got the pieces laid out for the kit, just minus the stand actually and the legs, but everything broke down. So this is the actuator unit, the switch harness, and just the test battery that we have here at the shop. So first what we're going to do is we're going to go through a couple different scenarios, and the first one is the my legs don't go up or down, you know. So the first thing you're going to want to do is that sounds like more of a power problem, you know, make sure that you have power. So the first thing is we're going to make sure that our connections are still good for the battery, positive, negative, make sure this got on a good ground. If those are all good, then you want to just keep working your way down the line, and if you don't have any power, you'd want to check this fuse. We don't send the harness with a fuse in it, so you know, if it's the first time you ran it, look in there for your kit and put one of the fuses in and to see if that don't work any better. And then lastly, what we want to check is to make sure that these 6 connections are good on the switch. We also have our actual 2-pin connector that runs to the harness, or from the switch harness to the actuator, so make sure it's connected, which it would be. So based off of that, if this is good, and these are all good, then we're going to go into testing of this and how to do it. There's a couple different ways that you can do it, but for the easiest way, what I would recommend is, number one, we could get into this guy. We could get into a multimeter pretty easy, and I could go into a whole bunch of tests there. But in layman's terms, how I'm going to have you guys test this is you're going to need a set of wire strippers and a set of dikes or wire cutters, and you're going to need to cut some wire, just some crap wire, if you will. Cut them maybe a foot or 18 inches long. It doesn't really matter. And then whatever color you want to use, that doesn't make any difference either. And we're going to strip the ends back maybe a 1/4 inch like this on both. And again, color and size really has no variance. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the switch harness out of the equation. And what I want you guys to do is, I'm going to have Mike come in here real close on this, is I want you guys to insert this wire in these pins just like this. Okay? And then I'm going to have you do the other one as well. So we're going to go ahead and stick this guy in here as well. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to connect these directly to the battery. This is our jumper that we use for building kits, so you wouldn't have this on. But it makes no difference of how you're going to put this to the battery, but we're going to run this to the battery and we should see motion. If we don't see motion right out the gate, then I want you to reverse the connection to see if you see motion. Now to get it back, what we're going to do is reverse the connection on the battery, and that should draw it back. So if we were to run this test right out the beginning, and let's say I go like this and nothing happens, then I want you to take the wire connection, switch it around, and see if something happens like this. Okay? So basically what we're doing in this test is we're taking this switch harness out of the equation completely, and we're testing the motor unit. So if you were to do this test and you wouldn't have that, then you've got a problem with your motor. That simple. Okay? You've got 1-year warranty from me. So send it in, or I'll send you one, and let me know on that. So a couple things on this switch harness that I want you guys to kind of look at is that on another scenario, let's say it goes up but not down. Number one, you still have this test that you can go to. Very simply, if one of these were to come undone, then you would only get half the motion, up or down. So if you were to be routing this in such a way, and one of these were to pull off, then this would work up and not down, or vice versa, if that would make sense. So you want to make sure that these are good if you're only getting half the motion that you should. And then lastly, what I'd like for you guys to check on half the motion is to make sure that one of these 2 haven't come undone on either side, because that would have the same effect. So to kind of summarize everything, you've got your visual checks, visual check, visual check, electrical check. So between these, if you guys follow these guidelines, it'll help diagnose. It'll help us know what you need. We're very fortunate because we don't have very many warranties anyway, but hopefully this will help. So thank you guys for the business, and have a good one.